you want to learn more, that's a great book. This is kind of a pre-announcement. MetaView, which is a startup based here in New York, it's shown in the last few meetups, the new eyewear, the glasses that they're working on, which will allow you to basically see augmented reality while walking around and be able to interact with your hands with virtual objects around you by using this depth camera that is on top of the glasses. And it's a really cool thing. I think everybody liked it when they saw it here. So MetaView is actually kicking off a Kickstarter project in the next few weeks. And of course, everybody here is obligated to be part of it. No, seriously, we really want to support all these Kickstarter projects focused on augmented reality, especially when it's coming out of New York. So expect more news about this in the next couple weeks. There's another cool thing happening in New York. The AR standards meeting, which is now I think in its 8th or 9th meeting, is coming to New York. And that's going to take place in late May in Columbia University, hosted by Mr. Stephen Feiner. Thank you. And of course, everybody's invited. Christine Perret, which is organizing this, has basically published some information. You can find it on this link. I can show it to you later on. And there's a special promotional ticket for ARNY members, so you're lucky to be here. And right after that, there's something called workshop. Does anybody know what's a workshop? Have you ever been to a workshop? Me neither. I guess something that Christine invented. And it's a combination of walking around town and doing a workshop. And it's something that, of course, works very well with location-based stuff and augmented reality. So here's a quick description of what this is. A group of people will be kind of walking tour around the city to examine where the digital and physical worlds meet. Where are sensors capturing and documenting the changing physical world? How can digital information about a city be used by developers or others? And Christina has been working with several big urban areas to unlock digital information and make it available through augmented reality. So I guess a lot of that initiative is now coming to New York. So once again, ARNY members are invited to join the team actually working on this, developing this, and of course participating. And there's more information on this link, newyork.workshop.org. What else? Upcoming AR events. Augmented World Expo is coming. It's just 8 short weeks away. For those who don't know, it's the largest and some say most influential augmented reality event in the world. It takes place in Santa Clara, California, June 4th and 5th. And you can go to the site. So at Augmented World Expo, we have close to 100 exhibitors signed up already, and more than 100 speakers from some of the leading AR companies and research groups around the world. We expect about 1,000 people, so that's going to be the largest gathering of augmented reality professionals ever, I think. Unless one of the ESMARs was bigger than that. Steve, was it? No, never. Huh? So, of course, we're all invited. If you want to learn more about this, go to the website or just ask me. And that's about it. Our next meetup in April. And now it's time for some more member announcements. So, anybody has an announcement? Go ahead.
My name's Steve Bull. Next Saturday, or November 6th, at Castle Clinton, 6 p.m. I'm working with public historian Kathleen Hulser. We got a grant from the New York Council for the Humanities. And we're doing a project about the War of 1812, 1814, which is America's most unappreciated war. And I'll be putting 2 vessels in the Hudson River. One, which is a United States revenue cutter, which is going after the Fair American, which was a ship that they boarded at that time and found British soldiers that were trying to escape to London. And they also had contraband on board. And so that will be one of the sites that we're going to have. We're using the Genio GPS, part of their browser. And we'll be resurrecting the dead. at Trinity Church at the graveyard. Captain James Lawrence said, "Don't give up the ship." And so I'll be bringing his ghost up above his tomb, and then if you click on the ghost, you'll hear his story. We'll be floating over Wall Street some highly inflated currency of 1813. New York was in a kind of a panic. They were, the War of 1776 wasn't forgotten by everybody in the city, and people were having post-traumatic stress disorder. And in order to keep people happy, the banks in New York, this was before the Federal Reserve, were printing up inflationary dollars. So we'll have floating dollars.
What is it called? What is it called?
This is the War of 1812. It's under a blog spot. Let's see, the War of search for the War of 1812, 1814. And I'd love to get names. I'll put it up so that people can come see this. We'd like to get some feedback about it. I'm not resorting to 3D models. For the most part, I'm putting 2D on a 3D shape in order to be able for people to have kind of a quicker download user experience. And we're trying to find out different ways in which you can take people on these kinds of tours and make it kind of like come alive and more fun.
That's it. Thanks very much. Is that it?
Yeah.
That's it? Yeah.
Cool. You heard it here first.
There it is.
Anybody else?
So I'll make a quick announcement. I'm Bobby. I'm the co-host of AR Dirt or AR Sidekick, whatever. It's a podcast that we do. We just released our 22nd, I think it's our 22nd episode, in which I interviewed Dean Kozlowski, who's right here, CEO of Augury, talking about AR in the automotive industry. And we try to cover just interesting topics and various topics involving AR in different industries and different applications and things like that. So you can check it out at ardirt.com. Always love to hear any feedback or anything like that as we build it out and try to improve it and obviously get more interesting, more and more interesting people to interview and chat with. So,
Thanks, Bobby. Anybody else? Someone else? All right. So again, thanks very much for coming. Feel free to stick around and have some discussion. This is typically the best part of the evening, and hope to see you next month.